Every single game-changing innovation starts with just a little spark. But how do you take that spark, protect it, and grow it into a real fire, something that actually makes an impact? Well, that's the journey we're going to explore today. The real-world path from a brilliant idea to a solution that truly works.
But first, let's just tackle a huge question right off the bat. We've all seen amazing concepts, right? Ideas that have the potential to literally change the world. So why do most of them, why do they never see the light of day?
And the answer is almost painfully simple. They get stuck. They just stay as these perfect, untested theories, totally safe inside a notebook. See, the real killer of innovation isn't a bad idea. It's the failure to take that first, absolutely crucial, and often kind of scary step into the real world.
So how do you break free from that drawing board? Well, it all starts with our first stage, harnessing the incredible power of the pilot. This is where your idea takes its very first, maybe a little wobbly, but totally essential steps into reality.
Think of a pilot project as a dress rehearsal for your idea. But it's way more than just a practice run. It's your best tool for, taking the risk out of your vision. By starting small and keeping things controlled, you create this safe space to learn what actually works and what really doesn't, long before you bet the farm on a massive launch.
A great pilot is never just a random experiment. It has to be carefully designed, and that means setting super clear, measurable goals. So instead of a vague goal like, let's see if people like our app, a much better objective is something like, let's see if we can get a 20% download rate from our 100-person test group. You're not trying to build the entire skyscraper yet, you're just making absolutely sure the foundation is solid.
Okay, so once your pilot is out there in the wild, the real work begins. It's time to stop talking and just start listening. This is that moment where your idea finally confronts reality, and you can start gathering the evidence that's either going to confirm you're on the right path or wisely point you in a totally new direction.
And remember, you're not just testing a product here, you're testing its connection with actual people. This is the heart of what we call customer discovery, really getting inside the minds of your users. What are their real needs, not just the ones you assume they have? What are their biggest headaches? That's the gold you're looking for.
Now, the evidence you gather is going to come in two essential flavors. Quantitative data gives you the what, the hard numbers. It'll tell you that 70% of users dropped off at the payment screen. But qualitative data, that gives you the why, the human stories. It tells you it was because they didn't trust the payment processor. You absolutely need both to see the whole picture.
And here's your basic data collection toolkit. To really get that why, you can run in-depth interviews or get focus groups together. To measure the what, you can send out surveys and track performance metrics. Mixing these methods gives you this powerful 360-degree view of how your idea is really doing out there.
So you've gathered all this rich, amazing data. Now what? You don't just admire it, you act on it. This is where you enter the most powerful phase of innovation, the feedback loop. This is where your idea doesn't just survive feedback. It actually evolves and gets stronger because of it.
This simple four-step cycle you see here, this is the real engine of innovation. You build something testable, a prototype, you get it into the hands of real users, you learn from what they say and do, and then, this is the critical part, you refine your idea based on that learning. Every single time you go through this loop, your idea gets smarter, stronger, and way closer to what it's meant to be.
I love this quote because it perfectly captures the mindset you need. Innovation is so rarely a single stroke of genius. It's a commitment to a process, to constantly improving, all driven by real-world evidence. It's about having the humility to be wrong so that eventually you can get it right.
Okay, so you've done the loops, you've built something that actually works, it's tested, it's refined, it's validated, but believe it or not, a successful idea isn't the finish line. The final, and I'd argue most important step, is to ask a much bigger question. What is its purpose?
Look, a successful idea and a meaningful one aren't always the same thing. This is where you have to ask those tough questions that are going to define your legacy. How does your innovation actually contribute to a better world? What are the potential unintended consequences? Is it responsible? Is it inclusive?
Because this is the ultimate goal, right? It's not just about creating a product that works, but about building something that creates positive change. It's about innovating with a real purpose, crafting solutions that aren't just effective, but are also sustainable, inclusive, and genuinely beneficial for everyone. So, once you've proven your idea can survive out there in the real world, you're left with the most important question of all. It works, and that's fantastic, but now, what good will you do with it? Answering that question, that's how you turn a great idea into a lasting impact.